Never Let Go is a horror movie that centers around a mother, June, and her two sons, Samuel and Nolan, who has a bell on his ankle because he sleepwalks. They live in isolation, in a house surrounded by a dark forest and constant threat from an unseen malevolent force referred to as the evil that takes the form of a snake and can change to any shape. This sets up the iconic imagery of ropes as a means of protection between them and the outside world. The characters live within a house that serves as a sanctuary against an unknown evil that preys on those who venture too far from its protective bounds. We learn about the protective measures the family takes to shield themselves from the evil, including staying close to a rope that ties them to their home. This rope symbolizes safety, but also potential entrapment. The boys are instructed to never let go of the rope, representing the strict boundaries Mom has placed to shield them from the outside world. As the family engages in morning routines, they recite a chant that underscores their belief in the house's sanctity and protection. They adorn themselves with whistles from their necks that ensures their voices can be heard should trouble arise. Their mother wields a crossbow with practiced ease, while by her side stands loyal dog Coda. Boys have never seen civilization or another person since they have never left the woods, as they can only go as far as the rope allows them. If they remove the rope and evil touches them, it will make them do bad things. The children have spent their entire lives under the watchful presence of this rope, never daring to imagine life beyond it, and have never seen the monsters. Only their mother has seen them, just as her mother before her, who had once survived the same unseen horrors. They eagerly hunt for anything that crosses their path, from squirrels to leaping frogs, devouring whatever their surroundings offer within the constraints of their rope. Yet, as fate would have it, Nolan spots an egg just beyond his reach, its allure too strong to resist. In a bold moment of temptation, he considers severing the rope for the first time, drawn by the promise of the precious treasure so close at hand. Just then Sam appears, a voice of caution echoing in the air, warning him of the potential for deception. Taking a step back, Nolan acknowledges the warning, realizing that some desires are not worth the risk. However, as they are returning, Sam says that their mother loves him more than Nolan. When Nolan asks what he said, Sam claims he didn't say anything, and Nolan steps on the rope, causing Sam to fall without the rope and hear some noise approaching. Nolan calls for their mother, who quickly arrives, and since she cannot reach them, she cuts the rope and runs to them before the monster can touch them, tying them all together. After they return home, their mother forces them to touch the wood and say a prayer to check on them. Sam has broken his leg and asks their mother what the monster looks like this time. She says it looks like her mother. Later at dinner, she tells them how the evil is smart and patient, and plays with them until they lower their guard, and when it catches them, it possesses them. It can make you believe that it's not real. Their mother descends with a heavy heart, locking them away in a dim, silent room, claiming it's for the cleansing of their souls. In the stillness, the children's imaginations run wild, conjuring thoughts of all they've lost, learning just how much this house with its shadows offers them in return. As night falls and bedtime approaches, a flicker of doubt ignites in Nolan's mind. Could it be that their mother is weaving a tale about a lurking monster? He remembers how just that day when he released the rope that tethered him to her, the world around him remained unchanged. Gradually, chilling revelations emerge. Their mother, driven by fear and madness, ends the lives of her husband and parents, believing them to be possessed by something dark. Sam firmly believes he sensed a presence drawing near. Outside, June experiences a vivid hallucination of her deceased husband, beckoning her to release their grip on the rope and join him. The following day, Nolan expresses his deep fear of solitude, that he doesn't want to face a lifetime of loneliness. Meanwhile, their mother assures them that no one else remains. They are the last of their kind. After that, they try to enjoy themselves inside, playing music and dancing, until later Nolan sleepwalks, and Mother brings him back to bed and ties the bell that fell off him. However, this does not prevent him from going out again while sleepwalking, where it seems that someone is pulling him. This time, she clutches the bell tightly, and Mother soon appears and taking him back inside. She guides his hand to the cool, rough wood, urging him to whisper a prayer. She shuts the door and he waits until he feels the darkness goes away. After this little torment, Nolan wants to leave his mother and go as far away as possible. He calls Sam to come with him, who persuades him that it is dangerous and that they must stay. The next day, their mother shows them the camera and teaches them what it is for, also showing them two pictures, one from here and one from her old life, while she hides one for the right moment. However, there is a problem now because their food supply has diminished and they do not have much left. The mother's solution is to eat the dog, which deeply hurts Nolan, who absolutely refuses to agree and runs away with the dog. Their mother steps outside, crossbow in hand, and gently takes the dog from Sam. Yet in that moment, an unexpected wave of memories rushes over her, bringing with it a tide of tears for the beloved pet who did nothing wrong. Nolan comes and says that this is not real and cuts her rope, locking her in the cabin outside, which is not as secure as the house. June says that she brought the evil here, hinting that she isolated herself from the town and brought evil into the woods, and if it touches her, it will make her kill them. Sam attacks Nolan while the monster appears, and June sacrifices herself so that she does not hurt her children. Sam comes to their mother in tears, putting the rope on her hand, but to no avail, while Nolan is determined to put his on, as he believes. She departs, leaving behind nothing but a vivid image of herself. In mourning for their mother, Sam becomes sick and Nolan takes care of him. Wandering, he explores the surroundings as far as he can and comes across a road. A wave of astonishment washes over him as he lowers his hand onto the rough ground for the very first time. He calls for help only to be met with silence. Yet as he eventually makes his way back home, an unexpected encounter awaits someone who isn't family. This stranger, drawn by the sound of his voice, emerges from the woods where he has been hiking. With provisions in hand, he offers a glimmer of hope. Nolan, intrigued by the prospect of help, considers the offer. However, Sam, poised and intent as he aims the crossbow, remains skeptical, unwilling to trust a soul outside their circle. Nolan tells him to let him go, and Sam lowers his guard, but it is only for a moment before the man hits him in the stomach. The man gets up running to seek help, and Nolan chases after him, grabbing his backpack and carrying it home. When he brings it back, he sees it is full of food, confirming that the man was telling the truth. However, Sam still refuses to try it. But as he is starving, he comes in the evening to try it and takes the flashlight, where he notices something outside. It seemed to him that their mother was there. And then a girl, the daughter of the hiker, calls him for her father and asks where he is, until she recognizes her father's flashlight and backs away, running through the woods. As Sam follows her, he feels trapped by the rope and releases his only protection in search of answers. However, he soon sees strange movements in the woods and monsters playing with him and using him by possessing him. Sam sees that his brother has left and goes out to check his rope, whose end is short. Sam uses the opportunity and cuts Nolan's rope, leaving him unprotected. Nolan sprinted back to his solitary sanctuary, only to find Sam perched in the corner, motionless, a shroud of darkness hovering above him. Nolan still wants to believe in his brother since he is the only one left, and he touches the wood and recites a prayer when Sam lunges at his brother with a knife. Evil is smart and patient, just as June said, and uses fire to eliminate the only place that protects Nolan, which is the house. Nolan goes out onto the roof. Sam confirms that the house will no longer protect him, and he has nowhere else to go. In that moment, Nolan caught sight of the creature lurking beneath the disguise of his mother and doesn't fall for the trick. Meanwhile, Sam snapped a selfie, capturing a moment of apparent normalcy amidst chaos. With nowhere left to turn, Nolan maneuvered the monster toward the last sanctuary in the house, a place where malevolence could never tread. As he pressed against the wooden frame, memories flooded back. He could almost hear his mother's voice guiding him, teaching him the strength that resided within. With determination, he conquered one darkness, yet another still stood with Sam. The house crumbled to ash, but help soon arrived. Both boys emerged from the chaos, safe and sound, greeted by the sights of civilization. His final words hung in the air, a bittersweet declaration of monster. She loves me more. These are 7 reasons why I think Halle Berry is right and that the monster exists. This picture is evidence that cannot be compared to a hallucination because it exists as physical proof and describes a situation that cannot be doubted, as it is solid evidence that the monster exists. Sam was always with a rope until now, and he was always protected. The first time he let his guard down, he immediately saw the face of the monster that deceived and haunted him. When the fire burned the house and destroyed the only place that protected him, Nolan immediately sees a creature in the shape of his mother, as if he had stepped outside without a rope, which means that the house truly protected him and evil exists. The monster didn't touch the father, the hiker, or the daughter because, first of all, it wanted to convince Sam and Nolan that it didn't exist. And as soon as Sam lowers his guard, thinking that evil doesn't exist, it attacks. Secondly, evil exists only within their family. Monster enjoys himself while assuring Sam that she doesn't exist. In fun takes the form of a little girl, because it plays with the food and in the end possesses him. Mom confirms that she has brought evil and has darkness in her blood, confirming that they have evil in the family just like her mother before her. She came here to isolate herself, which means that there definitely exists a monster as a curse. When he says that his mother loves him more, the monster confirms that it's finally free, giving him a chance to get out into the world, which is illustrated by the picture at the end. As the evil finally get a chance to move from the forest to the city through Sam, who is the host.